we're dealing with something that is so complicated that there is no guidebook. You just have to figure it out and get a lot of support.
David Sheff and his son Nic have each written a book about how their family struggled with Nic's drug addiction. It's a big wake-up call to parents on what to look out for to reduce the risk of this happening to your own kids.
Playing dice with, dying every day.
Nic became a meth addict when he was 18 years old and went on to use heroin, crack, and other drugs.
It was fun maybe at first, when I first started doing it, it was sort of fun and stuff, and there were some good times that I had.
David knew that his son started using drugs in high school, but he wasn't sure how serious the problem was or when to intervene.
When he was a teenager, we got calls from the school. He was caught smoking pot. Once I found pot in his backpack.
But by then, it may be too late. As my colleague Sarah Baldauf points out, the talk should come much sooner.
Sit down with your kids, experts say around age 10, before they start experimenting. Have a very serious, frank talk about drugs, the emotional, legal, physical aspects, and of course include tobacco and alcohol in that talk as well.
I guess it was after his senior year, things started to escalate in a way that I could no longer ignore. He would disappear, and he disappeared once and didn't come back for days.
The thing about it that's really confusing is that you really think you know what you're doing, and you think you're making sense, and you think you're, having these really amazing conversations and, doing these really smart things. But, what I found out was that, I really was kind of out of my mind.
The signs of use haven't changed all that much. Bloodshot eyes, trouble at school, a negative change in their attitude, acting more withdrawn or angry.
No one's immune as far as I've learned. So I think we should do all the things that we're told to do by the experts. Talk to your children about drugs. Have an open conversation with them. Educate them. They need to know. You don't want them to learn from the other likely source, which is kids.
If you think treatment is needed, consider a local program first. Families should be involved in some of the therapy, and after the intensive work is done, continuing care is easier to access if it's nearby. Also, family will need to learn how to support the new sober direction and help watch for relapse.
I could say 99.9% that the reason that I'm alive today is because my mom and my dad, both consistently had this message to me that was, we're not going to help you unless it's to get you into a treatment center.
Like Nic, a majority of people with substance abuse problems also have a mental illness such as depression, anxiety, or bipolar disorder. It's essential to get those problems treated too.
Well, I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression.
It's terrifying to find out that your child is abusing drugs, but it is possible to find help. For U.S. News and World Report, I'm senior health writer Nancy Shute.